This is the outside of the Bailey Autograph 79/4T. As we move along, we will firstly come to the mains hookup point just here. We then have fresh water fill at this point here. This is fitted with a whale filling system. So you'll see we have a collapsible hose here, standard hose lock attachment just here. Just plug this in so it clicks into place and then flap this over to make it secure. Then turn the tap on to fill up the fresh water tank. You do need to make sure that the control panel is on the inside and you have activated water fill. If you are on a fully serviced pitch, you can then literally just leave this turned on, and as you consume water, it will constantly replenish the tank. With this particular system, you can also purchase a whale submersible pump, and you could fill the fresh water tank up via an aqua roll. We then have the freshwater drain just there, and the cassette toilet just here. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the lever and then pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you are pouring the cassette away, to hold the button in just here to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricants, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. This is also a nice quick and easy way of giving the cassette a good clean. If you did need to gain full access inside, this whole section here can be removed. You'll see at the moment it's in the locked position. Just rotate round until the arrow is pointing here to remove. All of these cassettes now are on wheels with extendable handles. We then have the flue for the Aldi boiler. We do not need to do anything with this, but just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. Grey water drain just here, so anything that goes down your plug holes goes into the holding tank, and then you can drain it off at this point. Access to the rear garage. Then we have the reversing sensors and the reverse camera. Again, access to the garage from the opposite side. We also have in here a main socket. We have the awning winding handle just here to wind the canopy out. Just hook it just here and then begin to wind. As you can now see, I've wound the canopy out a short distance. To drop the legs, just release from the clip and then slide forward and then drop the leg down, undo, and then drop the leg to the floor, and then get the awning at the height you would like, and then lock it into place, and then do exactly the same with the other leg. And then once you are supported, you can then continue to wind the canopy out walking the legs out. I always suggest doing it this way. You're then not putting the awning under too much stress on the side of the motorhome. Never leave these awnings out in high wind, because you do run the risk of causing a great deal of damage, or it may need to be completely replaced. We then have both vents for the Dometic fridge. Again, try not to obstruct them and try to avoid spraying too much water at them when washing the motorhome. We then have external barbecue point. You'll see that the adapter is just here as well. So pop the hose of the barbecue on this end here and secure it with a Jubilee clip. And then when you want to use it, it just literally plugs in here and will lock into place and then allow you to turn the gas on. To remove it, just push the collar towards the motorhome and it will then release itself. Beside that, we have an external 3-pin socket and an external satellite point. We then have the gas locker. As you can see, we've had a Gaslow system installed. To fill the bottles up, just push in, twist, and the dust cap will remove. Our UK fillers will slide over the top of this section here, and then it's just a matter of rotating a lever around and then pulling that lever towards you to lock it on. Once it's locked on, it's just a matter of holding a button down on the pump to put in as many litres as you want, or just wait until it clicks off exactly the same as a fuel pump would, and then it's just release the lever, twist back and remove. This bezel in the centre is to screw in the Continental adapters. Bottles on and off just here. The bottles do not have to be turned off for travel, as they have crash valves in them. And you will also see in the centre here there is the main crash valve itself as well. Sometimes this crash cap valve can be triggered if you go over a bump violently. So if you've turned your gas bottles on but you're still not getting gas in the van, just come to this green button here and just hold it in for about 3-4 seconds and it will then reset the crash valve. With the regulator itself, it has this changeover valve just here. So literally, if you're pointing this way, just follow your hose to your bottle, and you know now that we are basically feeding off this bottle solely. And then if I then turn this way, we can then feed off this bottle. We can also, by leaving it in the center, just feed off both of them, but it is easier to feed off one, deplete it, and then swap over to the next one, and then you know that you need to be thinking about filling them back up again. Diesel fill just here. Cap unlocks on the ignition key, and then we have AdBlue top up just underneath. It will let you know on the dashboard when your AdBlue needs refilling. Tyre pressures on the door pillar just here. Jack and wheel brace all underneath the passenger seat. And then we also have the compressor and foam just here, as this motorhome does not come with a spare wheel. Vehicle battery underneath the floor of the cab, and bonnet release just here.